may calamity, may hindi natin weather conditions, calamity, ano pa, aside from the calamity, the weather conditions. Maaaring sa calamity, biglang nagkaroon ng lindol, no? Maaaring apekto ng building natin, so mas lalong bumagat. Next ray.
Fifth, sequence of activities that leads from starting node to the finishing node. Sixth, critical activities. That is the
Last day ngayon din, last day. Matatapos ito ngayon. Half day lang to pagkatapos ng raffle ng kotse. Kotse, motorcycle. Ayan. Pero alam ko, abot pa ng alas 3 to. Kasi mayroon pang merienda.
From 1 to 15. Ito yung mga activity, no? And then, ito yung makikita nyo rito, yan yung araw, ang pula na yan, ay araw yan, hindi lang makita. No? From start to finish of this activity. Day 1 to 3.
Marathon lives.
Another activity, second
Nice channel.
activity, day 1 to 3. Another, day 1 to 3. Meron mga 5 days. Iba-iba. Ito, longer ang activity nito. Ano ito na yung longer activity nito? Bakit mahaba ito? Ano siya?
Thank you so much.
Yes, po.
Sa mga nag-likes, thank you so much.
Order and delivery equipment. Order and delivery equipment.
Ordering and delivery. For this project, masyadong matagal yung ordering and delivery. No? Because the system, pinafabricate pa yung mga components, yung mga wheels. So, kaya,
Hindi kami shout out po sa lahat.
basa mga array itong lahat ng ito para magkaroon sila ng idea. Although, pwede kayong humingi ng copy ng presentation para mas clearer yung view. Sige, Ray. From 1 to 15, and then kung mga activity na ito at yung mga sinabi ko mga symbol. Halimbawa, ito. Halimbawa yun. Ano yung ray? A.
Milestone.
Milestone. Alin yung milestone? A. Ano yung activity na yun gano'n sa katagal? Sumunod ray, ano?
Timeline.
Ha?
Timeline.
Kung sa milestone na yun, may timeline. Sinasabi na 3 days yan. Next ray. Ano sumunod?
Activity.
Activity. Ano yung mga ginagawa? Yan yung 1 to 15. Sumunod rin.
Dami activity.
Dami activity. Bakit mayroong dami activity? Halimbawa, makikita nyo dito sa araw na ito, from this to this, ano yung one? Anong sumunod rin? Hindi mo ba?
Evaluate requirement for size of pang motor and
One, check two. Sige.
evaluate requirement for size of pang motor and number 3, check dock systems.
Okay. So, bago siya makarating doon, meron siyang isang linggo. May isang linggo siyang isla. Kasi yung isa ay 3 days, pero yung isa ay 3 days din, pero hindi siya makapag-start agad. So, dahil hindi siya maka-start agad, merong slack period. And that slack period is what we call rain. Ano tawag doon? Yung broken line na yun, nagkaroon ng line, yung broken line.
Dami activity.
Dami activity. May dami. No? Yung pa rin yung schedule niya, 6 days, pero maaaring mabagal, o maaaring start mo ng mabilis, pero meron kang pahinga. Okay. So, yung kung paano dinidescribe itong ating Anong tawag ito rin? Anong klaseng activity yan? Bar chart.
Third CP.
Okay. Next. Ito yun na. Next slide. Okay. Great. Yes, sir.
S-curve. Mathematical graph that shows the progress of a project over time. The S-curve starts slow initially and looks like a straight line. It eventually accelerates as the project gains momentum. Once the project is at its peak and heads toward the completion stage, progress slows and the curve levels out again. Hence, forming a S-shape, the reason behind its name.
Yung kanina ba, klaro ba yun? Kasi nagiging mas complicated unti-unti. No? Kung that is clear, I hope it is clear. Although sabi ko nga, meron naman tayong handout. Try to assimilate to. Okay. Ito na. S-curve na discuss muna. Ito siya ngayon. Can you please read itong mga ano ulit, itong mga activities natin from 1 to 15? Okay. Please read the activities again from 1 to 15 grade.
Number 1, survey area and planning. 2, evaluate requirements for sets of planning.
Survey area planning, and then ano yung cost component? May cost component yun, ano? Ito, 50,000 ba ito? And the percentage. Ano yung percentage component? Ilan percent?
7%.
7%. Paano natin i-identify sa graph yun? Pabaliktad, no? Yung cost component natin, yung input natin na yun, na 7% ay naririto. Ang 100%, which is 1, 100% divided by 100 is 1. 1 itong total. But yung cost component na 0.1, whatever percent is there. Doon siya nakalagay, pero dito mo siya ipakla. Second component, rate, please.
Evaluate requirements for size of fan motor.
Evaluate the requirement of fan motor. Naririto siya. Bakit naririto? Sapagkat yung cost component ng 1 plus the cost component of 2 ay idadagdag mo. Kaya tumataas. Number 3,
Check duct systems.
check duct system. So, 1 plus 2, pati yung check duct system, eto na yun. Number 4, next, Philip. Boom.
Electrical systems.
Electrical system, ito yung cost component, plus the others, dinagdag, ito na siya. Next,
Mechanical system.
mechanical system, ito, plus yung cost component dati, dagdag lang ng dagdag. Do I have to further explain? Klaro, no? Ganun lang kadali. Ganun nyo lang susundan yung ating yung kung paano nag-prepare tayo. Next grade.
Summary. Construction project management is the art and practice of bringing together diverse resources and people to build a high-quality project in a safe, timely, and cost-effective manner. Effective project management can make the difference between the success and failure of a construction project.
So, ganyan yung ating project management. Ganyan siya kadali. No? Ayaw ko masyadong pinakahaba, hindi ako sanay makapamaligaw. Gusto ko sasagutin agad ako. Sinasagot di ba ako? So, I hope you learn something. No? Sana ma-pick up nyo lahat ng essentials dito sa lecture na ito. And go over yung matatanggap nyo na o yung request nyo na topic. No? And finally, I would like to say that let our advanced worrying become advanced thinking and planning. Kung tayo sa tulong, gawin natin advance ito sa ating pag-iisip. Thank you very much for listening. I hope you learned something from this lecture. I hope natandaan niyo ako ang dating kasama dito. Sabi ko nga, kilala niyo pa ba ako? Hindi ako si Jose Rizal. Hindi rin ako yung pumatay kay Jose Rizal. Ako yung inyong kasama sa PSI. Thank you.
Maraming salamat, Engineer Perovias. Thank you very much po. Maaari po tayo na manatili po dito sa ating ipaglago. Dito po tayo, Engineer. Po tayo dito. Tinatawagan din po natin si Engineer Eleazar Catalan para po sa ating question and answer.
Akala ko si Engineer Catalan na yung president natin. Hindi yung president ng other group. Catalan din yun.
Yes, sir.
Sikat yung mga Catalan.
Oo nga po, talagang ako yung sikat talaga, marami nagtatanong. Okay, kung magtatanong po kayo, ako ay taga Cebu. So, hindi po kami, hindi kami related.
Kasi pinapalo yung isang Catalan.
Okay. So, yun po yung topic ni Engineer Perovias, ang construction project management. So, alam ko po, marami po rin tayo dito na nasa construction. So, open po kami sa mga questions. So, please come forward if we have questions from our delegates here, face to face.
Yes, as mentioned po, meron po tayong question and answer. Open forum po ito. So, meron po tayong microphone dito sa gitna. Yung mga gusto pong magtanong, maaari pong lumapit. Dahil meron po tayong mikropono dito sa gitna ng ating tablado. Ayan, yung mga gusto pong magtanong kay Engineer Eleazar and kay Engineer Perovias.
Okay. Meron po ba?
Baka po may mga katanungan tayo or clarifications po sa ginawang presentasyon ni Engineer Perovias.
Yes.
Maaari nang lumapit.
Actually, napakagandang topic po kay Engineer Perovias. Actually, sa akin, kasi sa construction din ako, kaya yun, medyo maganda. Kailangan talaga yung project management, especially sa scheduling. So, kung meron po kayong karagdagan na tanong, please come forward. Or sa online, baka meron po tayo.
Baka meron po tayong online o yung mga gusto pong magtanong ng ating po mga guests po dito sa araw ito.
Ang application kasi hindi lang construction. Kasi sa maintenance activities, kapalit din tayo. So may mga sequence of works din na sinusundan tayo. Applicable din po yan.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Engineer Perovias. Actually, ang iniisip ko lang is more on construction kasi nandun nga daw siya nakalagay is construction. Si Sir Plat, thank you.
Sir, good morning po. Pangalan
Good
po
morning.
nila at anong chapter po?
Francis Tibaldo, Quezon City. Sir Bernie, ang tanong ko ay, paano natin maililink yung project management doon sa project contract na i-propose halimbawa ng company para doon sa bidding o quotation?
Actually, ang construction project management is one of the requirements. Means, hinihingan tayo ng scheduling. No? Requirement nila, aside from the pricing, magkano mo pinresyohan yung iyong project na kino-quote, pinagagawa ka nila ng project schedule. Kailan ka mag-i-start at kailan naman matatapos. Kasi very, very essential yung sa requirement nila. Saan ba nila kukunin yung kanilang budget? No? Minsan, pinagdudugtong-dugtong nila ang budget. Hindi ka agad mayroong kumpletong budget. So, sasabihin niya for this month, kasi mayroong ang schedule, alam mo kung ano yung cost component, so maipa-plot mo yun. So, sasabihin nila, okay, kaya ko, kung 1-year project yan, kaya ko yung 6 months tuloy-tuloy. And then habang iniipon ko yung, dahil kumikita yung kumpanya, na project na yung 6 months, yung another 6 months, may another projection siya hanggang sa makuha natin yung ating budgeting requirement for the whole project.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you very much po. Meron pa po bang gusto or maaaring magtanong?
Meron question sa online, sir.
Opo.
From Engineer Roldan Espinosa, as a project manager, what is the acceptable delay of project in terms of percentage of the total project schedule?
Sino siya?
Engineer?
Sino yung tanong?
From virtual attendee to sir, si Engineer Roldan Espinosa.
Yan.
Online po.
Ewan ko itong aking mga kasama masyadong pinupukok. Engineer Roland Espinosa was my classmate in college and also my office mate in Miescor. So senior engineer yan sa Miescor nung ako'y nararoon as a junior engineer. Ngayon, masyado na sila natatanong sa akin at gusto niyang malaman ko, alam ko talaga kung ano yung kanyang itinatanong. Ano nga ulit, please? Mahirap matanong si engineer katanong niya. Si engineer Espinosa eh.
Maaaring paulit na lang po ng tanong ni Engineer Espinosa.
What is the acceptable delay of project in terms of percentage of the total project schedule?
No acceptable delay.
Okay.
Kung may project na kailangan walang delay,
On time.
but kung merong
Sa atin?
Okay. So, I think wala na po siguro. So, maaaring na-intindihan na lahat ng mga in-explain ni Engineer Perobias. So, thank you. Thank you, Engineer Perobias. So, please.
Alright, thank you po. Maraming salamat once again, Engineer Perobias. At syempre, muli po namin inaanyayahan na Engineer Eleazar Catalan and Engineer Perobias para sa pagbibigay at paggawa po ng sertipiko.
thank you very much for this token. Maraming salamat po. Hindi ko inaasahan na meron pa nito sapagkat hindi nga ako naka-attend from day 1 up to the last day, which is today. Ngayon lang ako naka-attend because of some activities. Hindi ko po akalain kasi sabi nila, sir, ano kayang libre ang iyong attendance dito? Ibig sabihin hindi ako mababayad. Kasi magkano mababayad? Libre lang daw. For a speaker. Kaya maging speaker kayo. Libre. Thank you so much.
Yes, kami po ay nagkakalaman po ni Engineer Perobias na kami po ay nandito ngayong araw sa isang po nating CPD seminar. Maraming salamat sa pagbabaunlak po. Engineer Perobias. Muli palakpakan po natin, Engineer Perobias, maraming salamat po. Thank you so much po kay Engineer Eleazar Catalan. Moving forward po, para bigyan po tayo ng overview para sa combined cycle power plant Operations. Tawagin po natin muli si Engineer Eleazar Catalan para sa pagpapakilala ng pangalawang palauning panel. Engineer?
Okay, so good morning again. So, nandito na tayo sa pangalawang topic natin ngayon. So, this topic is about overview of a combined power plant operation. So, napakaganda. Kasi halo-halo. Actually, yung topic natin is composed of from the specialized group dito rin sa power plant. So, meron tayong management. So yun, so ngayon is nandito tayo sa overview of combined power plant operations. Okay, so let me introduce to you our next speaker. He graduated his BS in Mechanical Engineering at Batangas State University in 2002. Currently, he is the performance training engineer of Siemens Energy Incorporated. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a round of applause. Engineer Marky Acevena. So, okay, while waiting for the, okay, inayos lang tayo sa technical. Huwag po kayo magkalala sa mga slides ng ating mga speakers. So, ipapadala ko namin sa inyo to. Medyo mabigat actually lang to kasi 12 topics tayo na ipadala namin sa inyo through PDF file naman. Pero, i-email blast na siguro namin sa inyo. Huwag kayong mag-alala, talagang bibigyan namin kayo. Part dito ng requirements na dapat makarating ko sa inyo.
Magandang umaga po sa inyo lahat. Pinakati ko po muna yung mga sa mga on behalf of the organization of the Power Plant Specialists Incorporated, together with our President, Engineer Ricardo Ramos, and our Vice President, Engineer Filipino, and with all of our members from the OPPSI, we will make sure that it will follow circulation. Especially the combined cycle and power plant.
Hello. On this presentation, we will discuss the fundamental principles behind gas turbine steam turbine cycle. We will also explore the intricacies of the steam turbine Scramble cycle, and we will visualize the whole process during the startup of the combined cycle power plant. By the end of this presentation, you will have a clear understanding of the combined cycle power plant operation, the heat recovery steam generator, the gas turbine components, including its functionalities, and the water steam cycle. So for our learning objectives, we will learn the gas turbine operations, including the thermodynamic cycle of the Joule-Brighton cycle. So this is for the first part. And for the second part of the presentation, we will discuss the steam turbine operations and the Rankine cycle. And then on the third part, we will learn the combined cycle power plant operations. So para dun sa mga gustong mag-work sa combined cycle power plants, especially dun sa mga newly grads, so I hope this presentation will help you to gain a better understanding of the combined cycle power plant. So this is the gas turbine operation and the Joule-Brighton cycle. So as shown on the picture, this is SGT6 8000H model. This is manufactured by Siemens. This is operating on a 60 Hz frequency. The rated capacity is 290 megawatts and the overall efficiency rating of more than 40% during the open cycle. And then we have the rotating blades. These are the blades that are directly attached to the shaft. And in between these rotating blades, we have the stationary blades. These are the blades that are directly attached to having compressor casing. And at the suction side of the compressor, we have the inlet guide blades. Main function of the inlet guide blades is to control the amount of air that is entering our compressor. So we have 14 compressor stages during compression. And after the compression, the compressed air will now enter sa another major component of the gas turbine, which is the combustion chamber. So this combustion chamber is a can-type combustion chamber. So each combustion chamber is positioned in the periphery of the rotor. So each of them has their subcomponents like the igniters, which is located in the upper middle section of the combustion chamber. So the main function of the igniter is to ignite or start the ignition process. So it will ignite the air and fuel mixture in order to start the combustion. And then surrounding the igniters are the fuel gas piping. So the main function of the fuel gas piping is to supply the fuel gas and directly route it towards the combustion chamber. And then on the end part of the combustion chamber is what we call the transition piece. So the main function of the transition piece is to directly route the flue gas towards the direction of the gas turbine. So the combustion chamber experiences the highest temperature and pressure during the gas turbine operation. So extremely high po yung temperature natin dito, more than approximately 1,400 degrees Celsius. So yung ating combustion chamber should be protected from these high temperatures. So normally, yan ay coated with thermal barrier coating. And then there are also some extracted air from the compressor, which is directly supplied sa ating combustion chamber to serve as air fuel cooling. So this is to protect our combustion chamber due to exposure to extremely high temperature. So after the combustion process, the flue gas will now enter the gas turbine. So we have 4 gas turbine stages. So these are the rotating blades also. And then in between these 2 rotating blades, we also have the stationary blades.
these are the bits that are directly attached to the ating compressor freezer. So during gas turbine operation, yung ating flue gas enters the gas turbine blades. And the flue gas will experience the pressure drop across each blade. And that pressure drop causes the rotation of the shaft. And since that shaft is actually directly coupled sa ating generator, so that rotation causes the rotation of the generator, and therefore the generator will produce. Okay, so we will now track the gas turbine operations sa ating PSI. So balik po tayo sa review ng ating series. So on the y-axis we have the temperature, refers to the degree of hotness or coldness of the body. And then on the x-axis we have the entropy. So entropy means the degree of randomness of the movement of molecules. So meaning kung gaano siya kanikot, especially when the molecules are exposed to heat. So yung ating entropy ay lumalaki. So in reverse naman karoon namin. So yung startup ng ating gas turbine starts with the compression phase. So for example, kung ito yung ating air molecules in the atmosphere, ng mga red dots, blue dots. So it is represented as 0.1 sa ating PS diagram. So this is under ISO condition. We have 15 degrees Celsius and 1 bar or 1 atmosphere. So the process starts by rotating the compressor in order to compress it. So to do that, the initial rotation, so we have to make the generator to act initially as a motor. So during startup, we are supplying electricity to the generator so that the generator will act as a motor and then therefore it will get compressor. So during the rotation of the compressor, the air, the atmospheric air will not enter the compressor. So the compression happens, and then from point 1 to point 2, as you can see, the pressure increase as well as the temperature also increase. But take note that the entropy remains the same. So during compression kasi, since the molecules ay compressed, hindi siya makagalaw kasi nga siya ay limited yung space. So during that time, when the entropy is constant, we call it the isentropic compression. And after the compression, so ito naman pong yellow dots, so ito ay representing ating mga fuel gas. So the fuel gas is being supplied inside the combustion chamber. So together with the air and fuel mixture, it will be ignited. So the igniter will be started, and then we will generate the fuel gas. So that process is from point 2 to point 3, as shown on our slide. So since the pressure is constant, so we call it the isobaric heat addition. So that is represented from point 2 to point 3. And as you can see that the temperature already increased to approximately 1,400 degrees Celsius. And then you can notice that the entropy also increased because the space is now already limited. So it can already expand properly. So after the production of flue gas, the flue gas will now enter to our gas turbine section. So on this portion, we have the process 3 to 4, where the flue gas is now expanding on our gas turbine blades. There is a pressure drop across each blade, which causes the rotation of the shaft. And since that shaft is directly coupled with the generator, then random na sila ngayon. So during the startup kasi, the generator is acting as a motor. And then now, since we already have the flue gas, the rotor is also being rotated by the gas turbine. So tandem sila ngayon. So habang nag-increase siya ng speed during startup close to our rated frequency, so bago siya makarating doon sa 60 Hz, so around 42 Hz, the supply of the electricity sa generator will now be cut off. Meaning, a generator now ay solely being protected by our supply. Until we reach the rated frequency of 60 Hz, and then the generator will now be synchronized and will produce electricity separately. So after the thermal expansion sa ating gas turbine, the flow gas will now heat exchange sa ating PS diagram. So temperature on the y-axis and then S entropy on the x-axis. So we will be using again the PS diagram for our Kaplan cycle. So just a review sa ating PS diagram. So yung ating green line represents the saturated liquid line. So meaning at any point when the property of the liquid is liquid. And on the left side of the liquid we have subtle region. And then on the right side we have the saturated vapor line. So when the fluid property goes on this side, it means that it's 100% vapor and 0% liquid. And then on the middle portion between saturated liquid line and the saturated vapor line, we have what we call the wet region. So on this region there is a mixture of the liquid and vapor. So for the pressure line naman to, ito yung behavior natin pressure. So on the subfood region, minsan taas ng temperature, kaya medyo okay ng entropy. But when it enters the wet region, the entropy is now immediately increasing, but the temperature and pressure remains the same. And then on the superheated region, the temperature and the entropy immediately increase. Okay, so since we already have reviewed the basic lines and regions at the PS diagram, we now proceed dito sa ating water stream overview. So ito po yung ating steam turbine. So this is the HP, then IP, or intermediate pressure, and then the low pressure turbine. Meron po tayong dalawang low pressure turbine dito sa ating model. So this is the steam turbine. And then downstream ng ating low pressure turbine, we have the condenser. So ito po yung condenser. So the main purpose of the condenser is to condense the steam and convert it into steam. Then meron po tayong supply ng seawater sa ating condenser para for the purpose of condensing the steam. Then that seawater will go back to the sea at slightly elevate the temperature. Maximum of 5 degrees in allowable sa ating based on our environment. So suppose this is your steam from the outlet of the LP turbine, the steam will now enter the condenser. And the steam will change its phase from vapor to liquid. So, and then that liquid will be provided as a heat water pump. So we have the extraction pump, condenser extraction pump, which has the suction of the outlet. So this condensate will be pumped towards the heat recovery generator. So we will plot this steam on our TS diagram. Since the phase is on liquid, on saturated vapor phase, the temperature and pressure is still low, but the entropy is high. So this is our condenser. Inside our condenser are seawater being pumped with a circulating water pump. Then we have the condenser outlet, which will directly route our seawater back to the sea. So this is our circulating water. And then the steam on the outlet of the steam turbine will now go to the condenser. And then we will have the change of phase from vapor to liquid. And then from that point, we have the condensate extraction pump, which will pump our condensate towards the boiler. So notice here that the temperature of your condensate is slightly far away from the saturated liquid line. So that's why we have what we call the condensate preheater. So the main function of condensate preheater is to increase the temperature of this condensate close to saturated liquid line. So para po pag siya pumasok sa ating drums, siya ay konting init na lang, siya ay magiging evaporate. So this CPH ay being heated by the flue gas, and then on the outlet of our condensate preheater, we have the CPH pump. So the main purpose of the CPH pump is to extract small amount of the condensate and then pump it towards the direction of the inlet of the condensate preheater. So therefore, the temperature of the condensate will now increase close to saturation. So yan po yung main purpose ng condensate preheater. And then after the condensate preheater, mag-split po yung ating mass of condensate. So yung ating, kung titingnan po natin yan sa ating water stream overview, ito po yung condensate preheater. Ito yung nasa bandang dulo na ng heat recovery steam generator. And then ito naman po yung ito ay part din ng ating heat recovery steam generator. And then ito naman po yung ating condensate preheater pump. So based on our discussion, meron siyang extracted amount of condensate from the CPH outlet. So ito po yun. And then it will be mixed together with the condensate coming from the CPH. And then it will pass through the CPH tubes. So therefore the temperature will increase close to saturation. And then the condensate will now again split into two. So portion of the condensate will go to the low pressure system where this will be converted into steam after passing the evaporator tubes. And then some portion will also go to our feed water pump. So sa feed water pump naman, it will again split into two. So it will supply the feed water towards the IP system. So where this feed water will be converted again into steam, and then the remaining portion will go to the high pressure system. So with this
Mechanical
feed water
engineering,
will also be
nandito kami.
converted into steam. So meron na po tayong steam sa
Oo, nakalive
LP,
ko, ayun, no?
ang low pressure,
Tingnan mo, nakalive yung cellphone ko. Tingnan mo, nakalive ko.
So after
Nakalive.
the production of steam,
Mag-like at
boiler,
subscribe ka dyan.
the steam can
Mag-like lang kayo, mag-like.
sa low pressure po.
Yun, oh, daming tao.
Ganun din po. So sa IP naman,
Yung kay AP, ipadala mo na kasi para magawa ko na ngayon.
so before it enters your IP drum, the feed water should first enter the economic.
Kayo na magpa-print yan.
So ito po yung ito yung ating feed water. Yung ating feed water,
Kayo na
this is the
magpa-print
event
yan. Kayo na
economic.
magpa-print.
So ang main purpose ng economizer is to increase the temperature close to
Hindi
saturation.
ako magli-layout.
Katulad din ng
Papaserox nyo lang.
Then after passing through the drum,
Papaserox
it
nyo
will
lang
go
dyan,
to
kayo
the
na mag-slice.
evaporator tubes. Now go towards the what we call
Elizabeth Postrado.
superheated
Ayan, maraming
tubes.
salamat, Ma'am Elizabeth Postrado.
So ang main purpose naman po ng superheated tubes is to increase the decrease superheat para po mataas ang kanyang enthalpy para mas malaki yung power
Ha?
ng generator.
Oh,
And
mamaya,
then
mamaya.
after the superheater, yung kung mas
Padala mo yung kay
HP, usually, galing po ito sa outlet ng steam turbine. Imimix po siya dun sa outlet ng
Pwede may color, pwede
superheater
black and white.
before it will enter the heat
Dalawa.
to further increase the temperature.
Oo, black and white.
So
Pwede.
the
Oo.
mass of steam
Papadala.
that is passing through the reheater is the mass of HP as well as
Black
the
and white
mass
na
of
para sa
before it is directly routed towards our steam.
Parang Xerox lang.
Okay. So i-plan naman po natin siya dito sa PS diagram. So going back sa LP system, so ito yung ating LP condensate close to saturation na siya dahil nagpas mo siya sa condensate heater. So it can now be admitted sa ating evaporator. So yung ating evaporator, ito po yung ating representation sa PSI. So healthy evaporator will change the phase of condensate from liquid phase to vapor phase. So since it is heated by flue gas, so as the condensate passes through the evaporator tubes, it will now be converted into steam. And then the remaining portion will be pumped by the feed water pump. So the main function of the feed water pump is to increase the pressure so that the feed water will penetrate sa ating IP at saka sa HG drum. So notice here, after pumping yung ating condensate or feed water, we already have already gap between the saturated ammonia and the actual temperature of the feed water. So that's why we have another equipment called IP economizer. So the main purpose of the IP economizer is to again increase the temperature close to saturation before it is being admitted sa ating IP evaporator. So if we will cut this on our TS diagram, this is your IP feed water. So it will pass through our IP economizer, which is heated by flue gas coming from the gas turbine. So therefore, the temperature will now increase close to saturation. And then it is now being admitted towards our evaporator, and then there will be a change of phase from liquid to vapor. And then the remaining portion of the feed water will be pumped to a higher pressure of HV system. And then as you can notice, there is again another gap between the saturated liquid line and the aqua temperature of the feed water. So again, to increase the temperature close to saturation, we have HV economizer. So that is the main function of the HV economizer. This is to increase the temperature of the feed water close to saturation. Para kung pagka siya i-admit sa evaporator, it will immediately be converted into steam. So as you can notice here, we already have steam sa ating mga system. So meron na tayong HP, meron na tayong steam sa HP system, and then meron na rin sa IP, and then meron na rin tayo sa LP. Pero this is still could not be admitted sa ating steam turbine. Kasi masyado pang mababa ang temperature. So pagka nagkaroon tayo ng heat exchange either sa surroundings o sa mga pipings o sa turbine components, it will immediately convert back into liquid. So therefore, we need another tubes sa ating boiler.
Good morning.
We call it the HP superheater. So the main purpose of the HP superheater is to increase the temperature. So when you increase the temperature, mataas din po ang kanyang enthalpy. So mataas din po. So para po, ito pong enthalpy kasi siya ay important during the production of work sa ating standard. And then for the IP system, so yung IP natin, yung outlet ng ating IP will pass through the superheater tubes. Okay, so kung mapapansin nyo, yung IP superheater, nakaabang siya sa outlet ng HP. So after the heating, the superheating of the steam, then it will now be directly admitted sa ating steam turbine. So when the steam passes through the steam turbine blades, it will produce thermal. And then notice here that the HP pressure has already been decreased to intermediate pressure. So yung mass flow ng HP after passing through the HP turbine, sasalubungin po siya ng IP. Yan sa superheater. So kung gagawin sa susunod, we have to increase the temperature further para po mas malaki yung work na will pass through the IP reheater tubes in order to further increase the temperature. So the higher the temperature, the higher the enthalpy, the more work will be generated sa ating system. And then, so we have here our IP steam turbine. Then, din na po na ma-admit yung ating mass ng IP at saka HP steam turbine. But before that, we have also the LP steam. The steam will pass through the superheater. So, iaabang ko rin siya doon sa outlet ng IP steam turbine. So, the mass of HP and IP at the outlet of the heater tubes can now be connected sa ating IP steam turbine. So, yung mass ng steam na nag-pass through sa ating IP steam turbine is combination of mass ng HP at mass ng IP. And then, it will pass through the IP steam turbine, generate the work, and then the pressure will drop, including the temperature. And then, at the outlet of your IP steam turbine, sasalubungin naman siya ng outlet ng IP superheater. So, therefore, the mass of the steam on this section is the overall mass ng LP, IP, at HP. Then it will pass through the low pressure steam turbine. Then it will again generate once again. Okay. So that concludes yung ating Frankenstein practice. So I will give you enough time para mag-sync sa so pwede mo siya ma-analyze. Okay. So, we can now proceed po sa ating third part. Masyado po bang mabilis yung discussion? So, okay na. Okay lang po ba? Okay lang. Okay. So, we will now proceed po sa third part. The evaporator, the superheater, and the reheater tubes. And then, ito pong nasa dulo, ito yung tawag namin ay smoke stack. So, itong smoke stack, ito yung parang nating flue gas towards the atmosphere. So, medyo mataas rin siya para medyo yung ating flue gas ay hindi maka-apekto sa nearby communities. And then we have the drums, LP, and HP. Then we also have here the steam bypass station. So makikita niyo po, yung main purpose of our steam bypass station is to route your steam towards the condenser. So this is during startup sequence ng ating steam turbine. When your steam is not yet admissible sa ating steam turbine. Kasi marami po tayong steam condition requirement bago natin siya i-effect. Okay, and then in between generator and HP turbine, we have what we call the clutch. So, sa single shock arrangement po, ay shock ang ating ginagamit. So, this is to automatically engage or disengage the steam turbine. So, for multi-shock po, wala po tayong clutch. Kundi, gano'n po silang isang generator. Directly coupled yung generator sa gas turbine, another generator, directly coupled sa steam turbine. And then ito po yung ating start-up frequency converter. Ito po yung nagsusupply ng electricity sa ating generator to initially access the motor during start-up. Then they have the circuit breaker here to open or close the during start-up sequence. Then ito naman po yung ating generator circuit breaker para po mag-supply tayo ng electricity sa ating motor. So ito po yung ating gas turbine and generator section. Okay. So during startup, as mentioned, during startup ng gas turbine, the generator should act as a motor. This is to rotate as the compressor in order to produce the compressed air, which will be utilized during the combustion process. So the generator will now rotate our compressor. So during startup, so ang generator acting as a motor para paikutin yung compressor. And this blue dust represents our air. So yung ating air ngayon ay being compressed and then is directed towards the combustion chamber. So inside our combustion chamber, we have the fuel gas supply, and then this air and fuel mixture is being ignited. So meron tayong ignition to start the combustion process, and then after the ignition, it will now produce yung ating fuel. Hello. So yung gas po ay napoproduce na ngayon ang ating combustion chamber. Then it is directed out towards the gas turbine. So at this moment po, yung ating gas turbine ay nagpapahibot na rin sa ating function, including the generator. So tandem sila. So during startup, i-increase na natin yung ating fuel supply para tumas yung speed. And before siya mag-synchronize, initially mag-open na yung ating breaker coming from the startup. So sa ngayon po, ang ating gas turbine ang nagpapahito alone ng ating generator. Until we reach the rated speed of 60 Hz, then the circuit breaker will be used. So that means the generator is now supplying electricity to the breaker and going to our consumers. Okay, so that is the startup of the gas turbine. So at this moment, nasa minimum load steam flow. So hindi po pwede na kulang ang steam flow. And then another requirement, dapat ay tama ang temperature. So pag sinabing tama ang temperature, so yung temperature ng iyong steam should match the temperature of your steam turbine during the startup process. Kasi malaki yung magiging stress sa ating steam turbine pagka yung steam mo ay hindi nag-match sa turbine components. So during startup, meron din tayo stress control sa ating DCS na siyang nag-monitor ng ating stress. So minimize ng stress controller program yung amount of stress, only allowable amount of stress. So meron certain ranges na allowed during the startup season. Then, of course, yung conductivity, main steam conductivity. So yung steam conductivity po natin, pagka mataas, so meaning may mga impurities po yan, so kailangan mo na siyang mag-evacuate. So yung condenser natin, ito yung major component na nagpapahito ng conductivity through the evacuation of these non-condensable gases sa ating water system. And then, of course, we need enough super heat. Meaning, ang ating steam dapat ay mataas ang super heat. Hindi basta pwede siya close to saturation kasi pag siya ay pumasok sa steam turbine and then close siya sa saturation and then it will immediately change its phase from steam to liquid. So, hindi po yung steam turbine. Opening ng ating National Convention sa Doxology. Ang tinatawag sa BSA ng President. So, kasi the Lord will not have, I couldn't make home understand. So, yun lang po. Sana po may natutunan kayo. So, thank you po.
Maraming salamat, Engineer Aceveda. Maaari po tayo pumunta sa na para po sa ating question and answer portion. Ayan, so sa mga gusto po magtanong kay Engineer Mark, maaari na po na lumapit dito, sir, sa ating pong microphone. And of course, Engineer Eleazar also
Yes.
would like this.
Okay po, let's start with our questions and answers. So please come forward for your questions.
Good morning. Ulit ako. Ang tanong ko based on two questions, which is based only on cost of power generation. Doon sa presentation niyo, sir, ilang percent doon sa total power generated ang napunta sa ang nag-generate ng turbine, steam turbine versus yung gas turbine?
Okay. Salamat po sa question mo. So yung ating pong gas turbine, approximately more than 40% sa efficiency. So meaning yung ating na-extract na work from the heat input is more than 40%. And then usually po yung steam turbine, kalahatin kung isa sa open cycle. So, kung meron tayong 40% sa liquid, meron po tayong approximately 20% consistent in water. Kaya po usually ang open cycle nasa range na 60% sa efficiency. So meaning 60% yung total converted work coming from the retail pool. And then yung remaining almost 40% yun po ay mga losses na. So meron po tayo.
Thank you.
Thank you very much po. Pangalan sir, Adam Chapter.
Good morning po. I am Engineer Isla from Mapoy University. Curious lang sir ako. May nabasa kasi akong journal. Ang sabi ng combined cycle, let's say you have a capacity of 100 megawatts. Yung gas turbine is around 2/3 and yung
Wala tayong electricity supply coming from the adjacent plants. So we are using the black start diesel generator to start yung ating gas turbine. So yung black start, so as mentioned kanina, kailangan mong initially iikot yung ating compressor boosting generator sa motor. So yung iyong diesel, black start diesel generator, siya yung magsusupply ng electricity para ma-start natin ang diesel.
Okay, madaming question. Para last question na lang po, do you think, from Engineer Armando Emata ulit, do you think gas cycle is more efficient and eco-friendly than the conventional fossil fuel fire plants? Speaking of efficiency, what would be the thermal efficiency knowing that the Rankine cycle has very low efficiency?
Okay. So yung Rankine cycle po naman ay added lang sa gas turbine para mapataas ang efficiency. So yung gas turbine natin, 40% plus additional 20%. So kaya tumaas ang efficiency ng ating turbine cycle. Kaya na-reach na yung 60%. Ano ba po yung isang question?
Ano yun? Ano daw po yung more efficient and eco-friendly?
Okay, so when it comes to eco-friendly, so yung ating natural gas po kasi pag na-burn siya sa ating combustion, yung kanyang mga emission gases, very minimal yung mga like the oxides, so yung mga emission products na is very minimal compared to sa diesel. So pagdating sa eco-friendly, masasabi natin na combined cycle ng natural gas ay mas pinaka-eco-friendly sa alam ko na power. So kung yun ay sa mga
Okay. So, meron pa po tayo sa online. Okay na. So, I think, thank you, Engineer Mark.
Maraming salamat po.
So, thank you sa inyong mga questions.
Maraming salamat po sa mga nagtanong dito. And for sa online, I hope nasagot po ang mga questions ninyo. Maraming salamat, Engineer Markil Acevedo. Siyempre, para igawa po ang inyong certificate, ayan, dito po si Engineer Eleazar. Once again, thank you very much, Engineer Acevedo. And also we'd like to acknowledge the presence of original incorporator of PSIM, Mr. Ricky Quijano. Ayan, palapaman po natin, Sir Ricky Quijano. Alright, syempre moving forward, bago po tayo lumungan sa ating pangatong panaming pagkakas, tinatawagan po natin from Valtech Engineer Jerome Tolentino.
Established in 2005, Valtech Trading has become a reliable supplier of valves and Established in 2005, Valtech Trading has become a reliable supplier of valves and fittings in the field of HVAC, check valves, lube and ball valves, balancing valves, air valves, hydraulic control valves, stainless steel valves, flexible connectors, fire protection products, thermometers and gauges. Valtech Trading is composed of professional sales and marketing officers, each with more than 10 years of solid experience in the valve industry. People with good product knowledge and experience is our key to realize total customer satisfaction. Our sales and marketing team is supported with well-versed, technically equipped after-sales service group ready for dispatch 7 days a week to your project sites whenever their services are needed. Valtech Trading's aggressive marketing is supported by our strong relationship with our partner principal, both foreign and local. It is this relationship that completes the building block that ensures our customers of continual supply of quality products at reasonable prices and delivery on time. Though operating in less than a decade, Valtech managed to win over clients such as the Manila Water Company, Ayala Land, Century Properties, Manuela Corporation, and TFCI. Through these clients, Valtech has and will continue to build a client portfolio that can show Valtech's reputation as one of the country's trustworthy valve supplier. When it comes to valves and fittings, who should you trust? Valtech Trading, your reliable partner in valve technology.
Thank you very much, Valtech. And let's move forward from Buoyant Industrial Systems Inc. Let me call in Mr. Neil Mariano.
Hello. Yes. Good morning, everyone. Yes. First of all, we'd like to say thanks for having us here as an exhibitor for the Third Next Convention. I'm Neil, Marketing Officer of representing Boyan. We are a locally air filter manufacturer located at Riyadh, Calamba. And if you want to know more about our company, let's have our meeting play. Thank you so much.
Here at Buoyant, caring about your business is our top priority.
Buoyant started as a marketing company way back in 2018, and through that we were just a small company with a manpower of not more than 20 persons. So we started trading logistic items such as color bags and plastics to our customers. Come 2017, 2018, we started to
Excellence with our state-of-the-art facilities.
journey with Buoyant was tough. And I can say because in handling people, this is one of the biggest challenges probably in most of the execution experience. Another thing would be the diversification of the products and services that Buoyant wanted to offer to your customers. During those times, it was really a pivot for the company, for me to be strong-put on the project company, for me to be strong-put on the project area. It was all the ideas coming from the ocular inspections, up to the research and development, up to the implementation, and of course the maintenance part of the services that we provide.
Our extensive offerings ranging from HVAC systems, packaging solutions and consumables, clean room equipment, air handling units, laser cutting, and many more. We deliver the highest quality products and tailored services for your specific needs. Trusted by many brands in the country, we cater to a wide range of business sectors, including healthcare, semiconductor and electronic production, food and beverages, cement manufacturing, pharmaceutical industries, and many more.
We have another speaker for today. Ayan. At syempre, bukod po sa management skills and dagdag kaalaman sa ating profesyon, hindi lamang puro trabaho lamang po Syempre, doon tayo sa balance ang personal at ang ating professional growth. Tama po ba ako? Syempre, hindi lamang po tayo napapalibutan ng trabaho lang, pero syempre yung professional growth din natin bilang individual. And with that po, muli po natin tinatawagan, Engineer Eliazar, para po sa pag-introduce po ng ating pangatlong panauling pandanan.
Thank you, Ms. Pao. So, tama po kayo. Napakaganda po itong next speaker po natin. Kasi, yun po natin ma-experience o ma-explain niya sa atin yung between life and, work and life balance natin, di ba? Kasi, lahat naman tayo usually may mga stress sa trabaho, pero napakagandang topic na ibibigay sa atin ng next topic. Okay? So, for our 12th CPD seminar, our next speaker for this topic entitled Holistic Leadership, Balancing Personal and Professional Growth is a licensed mechanical engineer. He graduated his BS in Mechanical Engineering at Mapua Institute of Technology in 2011. He obtained his Master's in Entrepreneurship at ASEAN Institute of Management in 2023. Currently, he is the President of FR Sevilla Industrial and Development Corporation. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a round of applause, Engineer Luis Angel Sevilla.
Alright, magandang umaga sa ating lahat. And I would just like to acknowledge, first of all, thank you PSIM for inviting me here sa ating national convention. And I wasn't expecting really na ganito karami. Kasi normally when you're towards the end at nakuha nyo na yung quota nyo sa CPD points, especially if you're traveling from different parts of the Philippines, syempre gusto nating mag-explore, gumala, but then it's very surprising and I just want to acknowledge and appreciate na nag-stay kayo lahat dito. Okay? That's one. Palakpakan po natin yun. Pinapalakpakan po yun. Pangalawa, since nasa towards the end na ako, penultimate part of the convention, si Jerome Tolentino invited me for the sole purpose of conducting a leadership seminar. So medyo light tayo ngayon, hindi ganun ka-heavy in terms of technicalities, although I'll be introducing certain frameworks that I've learned through my masteral degree. So meron po tayong baon. The essence and the very essence or the reason why I was invited nung pinipitch siya sa akin na idea is that sabi niya, kailangan ng mga engineers natin to hear about a different kind of leadership. No? Pag nandun tayo sa ating site, project sites, nandun tayo sa gera, sa bakbakan, sometimes we take for granted leadership. Sometimes we're all results-based. O basta na-reach mo yung KPI mo, o basta nakabenta ka, that's fine and dandy. But really, the reason why this talk is important is because nakikita natin medyo nagkakaroon ng shift or ng change in mindset. Especially kung meron kayong mga empleyado, mga part ng team niya medyo Gen Z, napapansin niya ang bilis na turnover, marami nagre-resign, marami nag-iiba ng landas, right? Siyempre, gusto natin protektahan ang ating profesyon. Gusto natin, gumraduate ka na mechanical engineer, nag-take ka ng board exam, dito ka sa ating industriya. Maraming opportunities dito. But then, nakikita natin, nagkakaroon ng shift. Marami kasing na-introduce na trabaho na siyempre madali. Mga online jobs. Andali, no? In an instant, madali na kumita ng pera ngayon as compared before. Now, the topic today is about holistic leadership, about balancing professional and personal growth. Ngayon, gusto ko na introduce myself. Again, my name is Engineer L.A. Sevilla, and I run a 45-year-old company. If you haven't heard or if you're not familiar, ang kumpanya po namin ay FR Sevilla. We're a mechanical contractor. We specialize in air conditioning systems, right? Air conditioning and ventilation systems. We've been in the industry for 45 years. We have about 3,000 employees. And really, if you just think about that for a moment, how do you lead a team that big? No? It's really about delegation. It's really about forming your core team and of course taking care of the well-being of your employees. Now, what you will learn in today's seminar, tatlong bagay lang para madali tayo. First is, ano ba yung holistic leadership? How is it different from all the other leadership styles? Okay? And this is a very suggestive or recommendatory talk because I've experienced it firsthand. No? That's why I'm really an advocate of holistic leadership. Later, we'll define what that is. Second, we're going to talk about the different key principles of holistic leadership. I've enumerated five things that really resonate with me and I'm sure with everyone else in this room, makaka-relate po tayo dito. And really the goal of this is to take a look at the leader and its persona, yung identity ng leader. Hindi na po tayo puro results-based, but a leader that really, brings people up. Ngayon sinabi, we rise by lifting others. Narinig niyo na yung kasabihan na yan. So it's really about taking care of the welfare of our people so that we all rise together. So, in essence, if you talk about the idea of leadership, unang-unang sa lahat, hindi po ako motivational speaker. Okay? But, what I'm confident about is that I've delivered leadership talks all over the Philippines. 24 regions, I've been to as far as Maguindanao to talk about leadership with more than 1,000 attendees. I've conducted a effective leadership seminar in one in Mongolia and another one in Amsterdam. Okay? I've done it with students, iba't iba ng spectrum, iba't iba ng context, students, business leaders, even would-be politicians. Okay? So, establish muna natin yun. Baka sabihin natin, why is this guy talking about leadership? Ano bang experience niya? Okay? So, the definition of leadership, I'm sure lahat tayo ang naisip natin is that there is someone who's leading the pack, someone front and center, there is a goal na tinitignan natin, and there are human collaborators. There are human assistants. So, tatlong bagay. There is a leader, there's someone there, who's leading the pack. There is a vision or a goal that you want to go to, and there is a group. Now, what we take for granted is that we see that linearly, naakala natin, if there's a leader, there's a goal, then it is expected for the whole pack to follow. There are other things within that spectrum na kailangan natin tignan. There are so many factors that we have to take into consideration. And what holistic leadership suggests is that before you even take care of your people, you have to take care of yourself. Remember, pag nasa aeroplano ka, ano yung sinasabi? Pagka medyo delikado yung aeroplano, may babagsak, yung mask. Sinong unang dapat sumuot? No? Normally, if you have a kid, it is the adult who wears that. And as a leader, tayo yung unang, kung ba nagsusuot ng life mask na yun. We're in front and center. And in holistic leadership, we take a look at the persona, the person. Ano ba yung values ng tao to? Okay? Ano ba yung values ng tao to before he even leads a team? And it takes into consideration, it's not just about managing tasks anymore. It's also about encompassing the development of individuals, teams, and organizations. So, these 5 basic principles, dalawa lang gusto kong matandaan nyo. Okay? And dito tayo bababa, the first 2. First is self-awareness, the self. And second is empathy. Now the third, fourth, and fifth is just reskilling, retooling, and resetting. Ito po yung mga bagay na kailangan natin to feed the self and to feed the empath in you. Okay, can we follow? Okay, simula na tayo. Self-awareness. Simula po tayo sa leader. Now, what I do suggest is you develop your own VMV, or the values, mission, and vision. Okay? So how do we develop your own VMV? Marami ways. If you've heard of things like the MBTI, the personality test, Myers-Briggs, narinig na natin yan? So alam niyo if you're an ENTP, INTJ, you're an extrovert, introvert, that's one. There's what we call the Harrison test. Also, ang ginagawa po nitong Harrison test is that we take, of course, a survey and exam, and you also put there your role. Ano ka ba? Are you a CEO? Are you a line manager? Are you a supervisor, etc.? And what it does is that after you take the test, it automatically pits you against the same roles, the same position all over the world. Okay? So, when you, let's say you're a CEO, you take the Harrison test, you accomplish that, makikita mo ano yung ranking mo in terms of percentage as compared to CEOs all over the world. So that's why we have MBTI, we have Harrison test. This is what we call the Strengths Finder. Kung narinig na po natin yon, this explores your strength as a person. Like me, my strength is collaboration. My strength is ideation. So, in essence, if I go to a team, na bago, I'm the kind of guy who would do strategic direction for that team. I fall in love with ideas. Yun ho yung gusto kong gawin. That's what excites me. Not so much on the execution. Huwag niyo ako masyado asahan doon. I'll get someone to do that. But when it comes to ideas, strategic direction, dun ako. I'm also a collaborator. So when I go into a room, I observe. Titingnan ko ano ba yung strengths ng mga to. Pag merong maingay, I don't see that as a negative. I see that as this guy is a promoter. Ibig sabihin, pagka sinabi, attend tayo ng PSIN convention, makakaasa kayo doon sa tao yun to pull the crowd and get these people. Kaya whoever was in charge of bringing in 1,400 people, palakpakan po natin yun. Congratulations in advance for a very successful convention. So that's what you take a look at when you take that Strengths Finder test. Tingnan po natin yan. And you get to know more about yourself. So for me, I also take a look at my historical life review. So ang ginagawa ko naman ito, as far as you can remember, ano ba yung mga experiences mo in the past that shape who you are today? So isa hong natatanda ako, people tell me that I'm very good with directions. No? Kahit saan mo ako lupalot ng mundo dalhin, makakarating ako sa dapat kong puntahan without the use of gadgets like Waze, Google Maps. No? So what I do is I take a bird's eye view perspective of a place, and parang I imagine myself walking through that route, that maze. And I do remember at I think I was about 7 years old during that time. We were in Sydney, Australia. Naligaw yung pamilya namin, no? Naligaw, hindi namin alam saan paano ba makabalik ng hotel. And surprisingly, at 7 years old, navigate ko sila towards the hotel. And at 7 years old, nilista ko kasi yun eh. What was the thing that helped me navigate? So, I'm an introvert. Hindi ako masyadong masalita, but I observe a lot. So when we were walking outside the hotel, tinitignan ko lahat ng mga landmarks, mga signages, etc. And I was able to lead my family back to the hotel. So, syempre, less sakit sa ulo kasi yung mga tao natin minsan nagtatago, nagmo-Mobile Legends, nakaka-relate tayo, nag-YouTube, nag-chichismisan. So all that, let's reimagine for a moment what the construction industry would be like, no? If everyone is just working their prefabricated materials off-site, wherein it will be monitored closely by whoever's specializing in the QA/QC, safety, etc. Okay? And humility. No, it's also something that was invited to me by my dad. My dad's very low profile person. Pupunta yan sa isang event, hindi kailangan mag-garbo yung suot, hindi kailangan with fancy watches or fancy cars, whatever. Low profile lang. And it has its advantages, really, in a practical sense. Una, hindi ka uutangan, di ba? Kasi hindi ka masyadong flashy, hindi ka masyadong showy. But pangalawa, it really develops your character. What I do like about what my dad taught me was that pwede ka kumain kasabay yung mga workers mo. Pwede ka rin kumain kasabay yung mga fellow business leaders. Kaya mo makipagsabayan. You're versatile that way. So it's something that I also hold dear, a value that I hold dear. Now, I wear many hats. I'm a president for a company, but I'm also a father. May 3 anak na po ako. I'm also a son. Okay? So, these are the things, no, that you take a look at. Each and every day you wear many hats. You take on different roles. That's not your identity, it's just a role you play. Okay? And when you wear that hat, when you wear that role, it's not really you. It's not really you. And later I'll explain why. Because roles wither, nag-iba yan. Before, you may be a QA/QC, then hindi ka na QA/QC, you become a project in charge, you become a project manager, you become a VP, etc. etc. So you don't really hold on to that role forever. And in between, nag-iiba-iba po tayo, nag-evolve po yung ating roles. Nag-iiba-iba tayong skills, that's why we need to upskill. And even the kind of leadership style that we employ, nag-iiba-iba rin po yan. So, just sharing my personal vision, I told myself that I will hold in high regard the trust that was given to me by my family, friends, colleagues, and ensure that fairness, integrity, and loyalty are upheld at all times. I will create an environment where one's dignity and positive self-image is reinforced. What do I mean by that? Ibig ko sabihin, when I work with you, hindi pwedeng ako lang bida, hindi pwedeng kami lang bida. I want to instill a positive self-image that at the end of the day, pagtapos sa tayo magtrabaho, yung confidence mo will be boosted and you will train the next person, no? To succeed. Okay? Third, as a husband, I want to foster mutual respect. As a father, I want my kids to have good character and to grow in confidence. As an employer, I want to establish inclusive growth, nurturing everyone's potential. I will frown upon stagnation and encourage innovation, even if it questions long-standing traditions. Okay? That's my personal value, my vision. Mediocrity will not have a place in the household or in the workplace. I will demand excellence from myself in order to inspire the people around me. And I will remain humble in the midst of success and resilient in failures. So nakita niyo what I did here with my personal values, mission, and vision. Nagsimula po tayo sa values natin. Ano ba yung values na we hold here? Ano ba yung values na paulit-ulit? Na if, let's say, tinanong ka, nakalimutan niya yung pangalan mo, pero they remember how you made them feel. They remember what you did. Right? And this is your identity. This is who you are. And from there, you can translate it. It doesn't have to be beautifully worded. Kasi ikaw naman yung audience nito, di ba? Hindi mo naman kailangan, although there's generative AI like ChatGPT who can help you word it beautifully. But in essence, the first person or the only person that should understand your personal DMV is yourself. Now, what is this? I got this from AIM, Asian Institute of Management. It was taught to us by our professor, Prof. Maya Herrera. And I needed to reference it because she was the one who invented this. So I don't take any, no, hindi ko ito inimbento. No? So, what is this? This is your personal compass. Okay? Diba pag naliligaw ka, syempre ngayon medyo old school na ito yung sa compass. But for the sake of argumentation, let's use this. Ito yung mga wrong way. Ito yung mga bagay that pulls us down para hindi natin matamo yung ating vision, yung ating goals. So, ano ba itong mga temptation na ito? Ano ba itong mga bagay that distracts us? It could be, let's say, social media. I'll delve on that later. I think this is a common problem that we all experience regardless of your age. Depression. Okay? Marami ba dito nakaka-experience, may colleague, co-workers undergoing depression? It's a serious thing to consider. Totoo po ang depression, okay? And when you have a low self-esteem, you doubt yourself, it really stops you from fulfilling your goals, your vision in life. Now, tignan naman natin yung left and right, west and east. Sa left po, we have our waning roles. Ano ba yung ibig sabihin ng waning role? Waning is decreasing. Ibig sabihin something that you slowly let go. So, if let's say you're a CEO for, let's say, 25 years and you wanna pass on the baton to your son or a professional, then that's a waning role. Ibig sabihin, you're slowly letting go of your position as operating manager and you're going a step back as more on a visionary, more on a chairman of the board. So that's a waning role. Ibig sabihin, you're trying to step back on your current role. An evolving role is a role that you will be taking naman. Okay? So again, example kanina is that if you were a line manager and you will be promoted to a top management, let's say a vice president. So that is a evolving role. So things like, vice president ka na, you're not just about operation or top management ka na. Kailangan mo rin aralin yung financial health ng company. Kailangan mo rin aralin yung patakbo ng HR, things like that. No? So makikita mo there's an evolution in terms of the skills that you need to employ and the mindset that you need to also understand. Okay? So okay, clear ba? Clear ba yung Y and X axis natin? So ano naman yung nasa in-between nun? What are the support system energizers, distractions, and barriers? So in between, the support system helps you with the roles you have now and your true north. So sino ba yung mga support system natin? Sino ba yung tutulong sa atin when we change roles? No? Normally, we have our families. No? We have in my case, it's our church. No? Energizes, these are the people who push you, who strengthen you, and who helps you attain your better self, your ideal self. So in my case, these are my friends, employees, and mentors. Sa baba naman, you have your barriers. These are the people na gusto natin i-weed out, no? Not really eliminate. There's this, a lot of the very good CEOs, they have full autonomy and control over their choices, the kind of choices that they do. And one powerful word that CEOs can actually utter, say, is the word no. Do you agree with that? Very powerful, you know. Sometimes, when you keep on saying yes, masyado tayo sinestretch and we're not becoming effective. We say yes to a lot of things. We say yes to an organization. We say yes to our friends, etc., etc. But when you talk about boundaries, we talk about saying no, it's really infancy of the whole idea of reaching that, being even part of the top. Kasi nasa 76 tayo ngayon, I think in the world, no? Maybe 10th in Asia. But I hope, no, isipin natin in our own little way, how could we deliver the same kind of experience to our people? No? So, now for a moment, for a few seconds, isipin nyo, answer this question. What makes you happy? What makes you contented? What makes you feel successful? Di natin sasagutin yan, sagutin nyo. So, one is your external analysis and the other one is an internal analysis. So, again, kanina sinasabi ko, we're wearing many hats. We're taking on many roles. And the way you think about these roles is that these are just life themes. No? Merong kang role or hat that you wear. If you're a businessman, you have a hat that you wear when you're a family man and when you're part of any organization. So make sure, isa sa mga key takeaways in balancing personal and professional growth is knowing nasan ka ba ngayon. Okay? So marami sa atin, when you're working, you're thinking about your family. Of course, there's nothing wrong with that. But if it affects your work, yung mga tipong namatayan ako, I'm depressed for a month. Again, there's nothing wrong with that, but we should help them navigate para when you're in work, you take off your family hat and you take on your work hat. And along these life themes, titingnan natin ano ba yung mga opportunities and threats. Okay? SWOT analysis. Opportunities in business, you as a person, ano ba yung nakikita natin opportunity? So, say you're a businessman, you have flexibility, you have the freedom to look at what kind of business model you will use, no? Whether you'll be trading, you'll be service, contracting, you'll be consulting, you have that freedom, no? Threats, titignan mo, okay, I'm a new entrant, I've decided to put up my own consultancy company. Sino ba yung mga existing consultancy companies, consultancy firm here, and how do I compete with them? Do I compete with them head-on, directly? Do I collaborate with them so that pagka nabubulunan sila with all these projects, medyo at least sa sub ko na ako ng konti, pipitas ako ng konti doon? So these are the mindset, the things that you think about when you look at external or situational analysis. And from there, tignan mo yung difference between your opportunities and your threats, and that is your gap. Your gap is very important, the gap analysis, because ito yung gagawa natin action plan. So, sa gap analysis, for that example, okay, meron ng mga batikan na consultancy groups, firms. Bago lang akong entrant. May mga developers na sila yung pinapaboran. How do I penetrate? That's a question. So you think of an action plan. So family, same kind of mindset. Sino ka ba ngayon? Are you a father? Are you a breadwinner? Pinapaaral mo ba yung mga kapatid mo? Pinapaaral mo ba yung mga pamangkin mo? What are the opportunities? What are the threats? And what are the gaps? Etc. etc. Kuha natin. Next is the internal analysis. So, this one naman, you compare your current self to your future self or ideal self. No? So, di ba minsan pag nagmumuni-muni tayo, I want to be let's say, I want to earn X amount of peso at the end of the year, at the end of the month. That's your ideal self. I want to be able to be good enough so that I would have at least 7 sources of income para hindi ko na problema yan. That's your ideal self. Your current self is, ano bang meron ako ngayon? Ano ba yung expertise na meron ako? What can I generate? Can I even generate money? No? Am I a good salesman? Am I a good leader? Can I handle people? Okay, etc., etc. So these are the questions you ask. And from there, you take a look at your strengths and weaknesses, and again, your gap analysis. Now, we shift, we move on. Okay, okay na ba tayo sa self, no? We move on to the second part, which is empathy. So what is empathy? Empathy is putting yourself in one person's shoe. Kumbaga, malalaman mo ano ba yung nararamdaman ng taong to? Ano ba yung pinagdadaanan to? Just by looking and observing that person. One way to develop it is people watching. No? When you go to, let's say, a coffee shop, when you go to a, let's say, convention like this, no? Medyo observant ka, meeting ako yung mga tao. Merong gutom na. Kita ko may gutom na, may inaantok na. Merong, nag-nod. It means na mukhang may nakukuha siya dito sa talk na to. Etc. etc. So that's how you people watch, no? You formulate your hypothesis about people. And when you get used to that, no? People watching, when you talk to a person, more or less, medyo makukuha mo rin the body language na pinapakita nila, whether they're happy, sad, excited. And there's what we call wheel of emotions, no? Look it up. Makikita mo rin all the range of emotions one person could have. And sometimes, so why is this important? Sometimes kasi medyo nagiging tayo numb. No? When we look at a person who's angry, medyo tayo may self-denial tayo, no? O this person nyo natin, yung brand nyo, baka lumabas sa sponsored ads nila. Just kidding. But really, that's what it does. That's what it does. So, how does that relate to empathy? Sometimes kasi when you talk to a person, lumilipad rin yung isip natin, no? Lumilipad yung isip whether it's a billboard that you saw in EDSA, sexing babae, may kausap ka, lumilipad yung utak mo, right? Or whether it's the latest chismis from a showbiz article, minsan you get so curious, lumilipad rin yung utak mo. Okay? That's why there's what we call dopamine detox, when you deprive yourself of dopamine. Later, medyo pakita natin how to do it. I've been trying it, and I'll give you some practical tips how to do it exactly. So when you talk to people, you fully engage all your senses, all your attention to that person to be able to develop your empathy. Go to retreats, community service projects, volunteer organizations, etc. So dito, let's hammer that point on dopamine, on mindfulness, on being in the moment. Let's talk about mindfulness. So there's instant gratification, there's overindulgence, and it's continuous learning. So things like this, okay yan. What I did in our company, no? So when I did the survey, the number one thing na gusto nila matutunan, everyone said this. Number one is public speaking. Okay? Did the survey to my people, public speaking. So what did I do? I subscribed to Toastmasters International. No? Magkano ba Toastmasters? $60, 6 months. So that's $10 a month. Magkano lang yun? Okay? So invest in yourself. Kung nakakapag-Starbucks tayo, nakakapag-bili tayo fancy dinner, lunch, magkano lang yung Toastmasters. And You don't really need to pay them. The volunteers, they volunteer for you. They teach you. At it's not just like watching YouTube wherein you just watch. Ito, you really get your feet wet. Natatakot ka magsalita, you'll be forced to talk. Okay? You'll be forced to do public speaking until you improve. So that's one. If that's something that a lot of people here is challenged by, then I suggest that's a good organization to have. Stepping out of your comfort zone. So things like, again, public speaking. Sabi nga nila, there's a book of lists. Ang number one fear ng tao, more than death, no? More than death, more than kamatayan, is public speaking. Right? When I first heard of it, when I first saw it, the research, I was shocked, diba? I mean, ano pa bang mas nakakatakot sa death? And I was surprised that it was really public speaking. So, I just remember, when I was in college in Nakuha, we established a debate society with the sole purpose of helping would-be engineers become better communicators. Yun na. And we helped a lot of people during that 4 years na I was in Nakuha, no? We practiced nang-hijack ko na kwarto, minsan, no? Yung kwartong walang, yung classroom na walang class during that time. Hijack kami, debate kami, no? Sometimes sa fire exit, no? Nag-echo pa yung boses namin. It was really uncomfortable, no? At first, kasi bakit ba dumadayo yung mga ibang estudyante? Ba't ba nagsisigawan itong mga paano ba pinagtatalunan nito? Okay? And that was a really, really good experience because flashback, that was what, more than 10 years ago, maybe 12 years ago. At nakakausap ko yung mga former debaters ng Mapua, no? They're part of big corporations now. Some of them have their own businesses now. They were telling me that was a really enriching experience at malaki na itulong in who we are now. No? So, stepping out of your comfort zone. And nowadays kasi, we long for the feeling of being comfortable. No? And that's what destroys you. When you're too comfortable, you become useless. I guess that's the medyo harsh way of putting it. If you're too comfortable, your body adapts to it. Lagi ka nakaupo. So sometimes, no, yung table ko sa office, dalawang layer siya. Yung lower layers when you're sitting down, and yung upper layer, that it encourages me to stand up when working. So yan yung mga strategies. So I like this saying, comfort destroys usefulness. Tandaan ko natin. When you feel comfortable, try shaking things up. So kung sanay ka sa hot water in the morning, minsan palitan mo ng cold shower. It's good because nagigising ka, nagigising yung utak mo. Try that minsan. The last key principle is vision and purpose. When I step in the room, look at the team, look at their strategies, look at their action plans, the first question I ask them is why? Why are you doing this? What's your purpose of doing this? And I want a very deep answer. Bakit mo siya ginagawa? And it's a good exercise because every time you do something, dalawa lang yan eh. It's either you're doing it for yourself or you're doing it for others. You're trying to please other people. Okay? And we go back to this whole idea of autonomy. Is it really your decision? Is it really your choice? Is it an informed choice? Or did someone else put that choice, decision on you? So when we do a strategic planning workshop, I ask them, no, bakit yan yung nilagay mo? Is it something that you think I would like? Are you trying to please me? Or is it good really for the company as a whole? No? And when you finally answer that question, that's not just about pleasing other people, then you have taken control over your own brain, your own mind. Okay? So me, when I look at this situation, I'm not very mahilig sa mga pamahiin, but I look at the situation and try to derive meaning from it. Sometimes it helps. Sometimes it helps when you put labels on certain things. No? Kami ni NP Jonas, nag-usap kami nung minsan when we invited him to speak. Sabi niya, some people doubt me, some people, medyo kinakalaban ako, I put labels, natandaan ko yun, NP Jonas. I put labels, ibig sabihin, siguro kaya ganito sa akin ko, kaya medyo tough love sa akin to because he wants me to learn. Okay? Yun yung natutunan ko kay NP Jonas. You put labels on it. You put a sense of purpose that would help you eventually. Instead of pulling you down, instead of giving you self-doubt, instead it also helps you. Lastly, look at the shared goals. Dito meron tayong goal. Let's say in 2026, we want to shift from again a service company to a full manufacturing prefabrication company. Game ba kayo sa goal na yun? Again, why? Bakit ba gusto natin? One is because, syempre, your cost efficiency will go higher. Your cost efficiency will go higher, therefore pulling down the cost, higher margins, higher profit. That's one. Pangalawa, you want to ensure that your quality control monitoring is at par with whatever standards you're using. And pangatlo, it's really a bragging right, really. No? You're a Filipino company, pero gusto mong makisabay sa mga international companies. Has done it. No? We went to China a week ago, a few days back, and nakita namin gaano kaganda yung fabrication na nagplanta. No? 25 hectares, automated, robots, even yung logistics nila. Kinukuha ng robot, inaandar, dinadala sa ibang lugar. No? All fully automated. So, things like that, parang, you have a sense of purpose, sense of vision na it's really possible, no? The things that you can do. So, to end, alam ko, medyo gutom na tayo, it's 12:10, exactly 12:10. Pasok pa rin naman sa oras. But to conclude, balancing personal and professional life requires that you have an understanding of yourself, oneself. And next is that you have to recognize that you're wearing different hats, wearing different roles. And to be able to balance the two, we have to compartmentalize saan ba tayo ngayon? Nasang environment ba tayo ngayon? Am I wearing the right hat? Again, more importantly, holistic leadership is not just about the results. It's easy to churn, to get results out of something. No? In the olden times, latigo, you get the results. Nowadays, subukan mo ilatigo, aalisan ka. Okay? So, modern times, modern ways, leadership styles evolve. That's why I'm suggesting this type of leadership style. But it's also about collaborating. These are not just your people. These are not just your assistants. These are your human collaborators. That's why each and every one of us have their own story to tell we have something that we could contribute to the plate, lay down on the table. Each of us have unique experiences that we can contribute to our team, to our company, and that it is the leader that would get all of those experiences and use that as a strength. No? Use that as a strength. So, in order to do that, I've introduced frameworks. Nag-picture naman tayo. Bibigyan ba silang copy? Yes, okay lang. Bibigyan natin silang copy. You can use those frameworks. And I think in the schedule, I left my number there also. Meron silang copy ng number ko. If that's 1,400 of you, hopefully hindi naman kayo sabay-sabay mag-text or mag-ask. My number's there. If you wanted to be more formal, I can also leave my email. Sina Jerome na bahala. If you have any questions for that matter, you can reach me. I'm open to that. But more importantly, again, you answer this question. What makes you happy? What makes you fulfilled? That whole idea of holistic development, holistic leadership, is taking care of your well-being and taking care of the well-being of others. Ganun lang siya. In other academic literature, ang tawag sa kanya humanistic leadership approach. Okay? So it's all about the person. It's all about the person. Okay? So I leave you with this. Again, my favorite, comfort destroys usefulness. Tandaan ko natin yun. So always challenge yourself to be the best that you can be. You have to keep the main thing the main thing. That's why I was encouraging you to have your own personal mission and vision statement. That is your main thing. Of course, over time, you can edit it, you can change it depending on where you are in your life journey. But then, still focus on your true north, your main thing. Para hindi mo tayo hatakin ng mga temptations, barriers, and all of these other distractions. And what you will have is a renewed vitality on life. If you feel that life is getting monotonous, ibig sabihin paulit-ulit, very routinary, there are other things that you can do to make your life more exciting and could be more fulfilling, not just to you, but to the people who are surrounding you. Okay? That's it. That's the main gist of this presentation. Again, maraming salamat po sa PSIM sa pag-invite sa akin. Congratulations in advance, and hanga po ako. Again, siguro na-reach yun na yung quota nyo for the CTV, but you're still here. So more than anything, I appreciate each and every one of you for staying, for listening, and I hope that I've imparted something helpful in your lives. Thank you. Thank you.
Once again, a big round of applause for Engineer Sibilia. All right, sir, can we invite you once again at the center, please, and take your seat. Okay, so we'll proceed po with a quick Q&A. So yung mga gustong magtanong kay Engineer, please come forward po, and nalikod po ang pa rin ang ating microphone. So yung mga gusto pong magtanong about his presentation, please come forward. Yes, sir, go ahead. Please take your name po and your chapter.
Hi sir, good morning po. Thank you for sharing your experience and your expertise in leadership. So, siguro ang question is on a micromanagement style or micromanagement traits of being a leader. So, I still believe that if this exists, and does it really a disadvantage of handling people, especially for those you have mentioned, the Gen Z or the millennials, which I believe that is more controlling style of management. And as I personally experience about micromanagement, there's a boundaries of, especially for engineers, no? Who came up from rank going to the top management, and their expertise or their technical expertise have been there for how many years. And then when they up in the top management, they're still on handling those or implementing those technical expertise. So from the actual teaching or actual directing, there's a disadvantage of that because it becomes more on controlling or more on distrust and empowerment. So now, based on your experience, based on your expertise, what are the values or skills that an engineer or a leader should apply or learn from taking away the micromanagement style?
Thank you for that question. I fully understand and grasp that question on it. So, hindi na ata tama yun. Okay? So my worldview or pananaw ko dyan is, as a leader, encourage mo sila that it's okay to fail. That's one. Pero, as a leader, you have to manage the failure. Gano'n lang ba kalaki yung pwede kong i-allow sa kanila na mag-fail sila? So, give certain tests, barometers, no? Oh, eto, pagka nag-fail ka dito, it's okay. Pero hindi kita papabayaan. I'll teach you, dito ka kasi nagkamali, dito ka nag-fail eh. I think, if you would follow me, ito yung pwede kong ituro sa'yo na proven method. Try mo. Pag nagkamali ulit, sir, mali eh. Baka naman hindi na applicable yung method mo. Sige nga, pag-usapan nga natin, bakit hindi applicable? And now, from being a micromanager, you're now a collaborator. You're now open to, kumbaga hindi ka close-minded. You're open to not see the excuses. Of course, pag nakita mo na excuses na, iba rin yun, kailangan mo sawayin. But then pag nakikita mo, there's legitimacy on the things na sinasabi niya, no? May merit yun. Then let's talk about it. Let's try a different strategy. Was I able to answer your question, sir? Thank you.
Yes, napakaganda ng sagot ni Sir, no? So, up to a certain extent lang din talaga. Alright, so meron pa po bang magtatanong for engineer? Okay, meron po ba tayong question online? Or yung mga participants po natin? Huwag po tayong mamahiyan. We have a microphone here. Yes, sir, go ahead please. Please state your name po and for what chapter sila.
I am John Fernandez. Actually, he's from Kuwao sa Technical Bachelor 2002. I'm from Qatar actually. How do you handle now the things where you train natin yung mga kabataan, yung mga bago, especially the millennials, continuously train them. And then there's a habit of them upon learning, they go at another company, what after another. So parang yun ang nagiging habit ng mga generation lately. So how do you address this kind of stuff?
Ito yung hindi ko maintindihan with the Gen Zs in particular. Ang bilis nila mag-jump ship one company to another. But then also, pagka tinry mo offer na mas mataas, right? Tinry mo offer ng more benefits, sometimes hindi pa rin nila tinitake, no? They still jump ship. What's my view on that? Personally, it takes about 5 years to have self-mastery. Okay? Then let's remember that one. It takes 5 years to have self-mastery. So if you're working and 6 months ka pala nagtatrabaho, lumipat ka na, you won't master anything. Seriously. So, dapat we encourage, una, ang fault natin as employers is that we don't have a set career path. dapat you talk to your employees sa start pa lang, o papasok ka as, let's say, an estimator. Pero my expectation for you is after a year or two, dapat nasa site ka na, wala ka na sa main office. Bakit? Kasi dapat yung ini-estimate mo, dapat nakikita mo in actual. Nakikita mo ini-install. O after that, what's your next career path? O pwedeng mag-QS ka na. O dapat yung ini-install mo, marunong ka paano bilangin, paano i-translate to pera. Okay? And from there, o mukhang, sige, mag-QA/QC ka, or pwedeng mag-handle ka na ng smaller project muna. Di ba klaro? Klaro yung steps that you need to take in order to be in your ideal self. Because ang reason naman ba't umaalis yung mga tao is that common reason is they don't have career growth. They don't see any career growth in that company. Did I answer your question?
Thank you very much, sir. Alright, so do we still have other magtatanong? Alright, the floor is still open. Those who would like to ask more questions. Meron po tayo sa online. Ay, hindi ko na. Alright, sige, meron pa po ba? So we can wrap up. Alright, I think that's it po. Engineer Sevilla. Alright, maraming salamat po. Once again, palapakan po natin, Engineer Sevilla. And just thank you po muna. Can we call in once again Engineer Eleazar to give this certificate and a gift as well. Okay, to be handed over to Engineer Sevilla.